Correct. Come, please sit down,
What
Omkar.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Omkar, how are you today?
I'm doing good, ma'am. Thank you.
You're good. And your interview is on
3rd Feb.
3rd Feb. You have lots of time. Okay. ओमकार का मतलब क्या होता है?
Ma'am, Omkar means in Hinduism we believe that Omkar is the sound of universe, the Om, and recitation of Om, that is Omkar.
Do you do Omkar every day?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So you are interested in Maratha history, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So would you name, would you say Shivaji was the greatest general the Marathas had, or Balaji? Sorry, Bajirao.
Bajirao.
Who would you say is greater?
Strictly speaking about in military sense, ma'am, I believe that Bajirao the first was a greater general
Why?
than Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Because, ma'am, if we talk about the constraints that Shivaji Maharaj faced, he had limited army, and his area of operation was very small, and his aspirations, I mean, in hopes they were too big, but his on the ground operations were limited to his territory only. But Bajirao the first, he ventured into across in foreign territories, and that is why I believe he was a superior general.
He was also undefeated, which Shivaji wasn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Shivaji was forced the Treaty of Purandar to cede his territories and forts and send his son to the Mughal court.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So now tell me, who was the bigger patriot for his kingdom of the two?
Ma'am, it is very difficult to choose one of them because both of them were very devoted to the cause of Swaraj.
So did Shivaji or his father, they were always there for Hindu Swaraj? Was that? Or did that grow over time, this concept of Hindu Swaraj?
No, ma'am. The term Hindavi Swaraj was it was coined by Shivaji Maharaj, the father of Shivaji Maharaj.
So Shivaji Maharaj worked with the Nizam Shahi, under the Adil Shahi, and under the Mughal Empire.
Yes, ma'am.
And yet talked of the Hindu Swaraj. Shivaji Maharaj worked under the Adil Shahi and under the Mughal. So
not directly, but yes.
He did. He accepted their suzerainty.
Yeah.
He was Jagidar.
He was
Jagidar under the Adil Shahi, and when the Mughals defeated them, he sided with the Mughals to defeat, didn't he? बीजापुर को हराने के लिए इन्होंने मुगल का साथ दिया था.
Yes, ma'am, for a short time.
Right.
Yes.
So then.
But he was not directly. He sent his son. No?
Oh, he sent his son, so he didn't directly do it.
Yeah. So
his son was responsible. He wasn't. What are you talking? But Bajirao never shook hands with any enemy.
Right.
Be it the Nizam, who was better known, the Mughals, anybody. Okay, you're a vet, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are the major cases you get? You worked for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the major cases you've got? You're not working now, are you?
No, ma'am. Currently, I'm not.
You're not employed at all just now?
No, ma'am. I was working as a freelancer, ma'am. I was not employed with any organization, for that matter.
But you mentioned in your DAF, have I read it wrong?
No, ma'am. I was self-employed.
But you were working as a vet, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you worked as a vet.
Yes, as a freelancer vet.
Freelancer or government vet, you did the work of a vet.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the difference, incidentally, from the point of view of asking questions?
Sorry, ma'am.
What is the difference? If I'm going to ask you a question on animals, is there a difference if I ask you government vet or private vet?
No. It does not matter.
Right. So, what were the majority of cases you got?
Ma'am, while I was working as a surgeon, I mainly worked with the castration, that is the sterilization operations in stray dogs. And while I was being a physician...
So, that is not much money? So, as a private, why did you choose to do that? Where were you located?
Ma'am, I have worked at multiple places. First in Satara, then Kolhapur, Jalgaon, Nagpur. I have worked
so, isn't there more money in treating cattle, etc., rather than in sterilization of dogs? I mean, sterilization of dogs, you'd be getting a fee from the municipality, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It should be very limited. So, a good vet would obviously be wanting to do private practice, which would be the farmers, animals, etc. No?
Yes, ma'am.
Or if urban, then it would be dogs of private people. So,
yes,
why did you choose to do only ABC? C rather?
Ma'am, because it provided me a hands-on experience to hone my skills as a surgeon. And I really like the feel of surgery, ma'am. So that is why I went for that. And regarding the pace, the amount that I used to get remunerated, ma'am, we used to get around, I was paid decently, not very handsomely as I could earn in the private sector.
That's your choice. Okay. All right. Which is the most complicated surgery you've ever done?
Ma'am, most complicated would be rumenotomy, ma'am.
What?
In rumenotomy in a buffalo. But I have not done it directly. I was not alone. I
So
was
what
an
did you
assistant.
do as a lead surgeon? What is the most complicated you've done yourself?
As a lead surgeon, I have only performed, ma'am, sterilization operations.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me, avian flu, swine flu, H1N1, H2N3, and what they keep surfacing in India. And they're from imported strains. What can we do about this to prevent them?
Ma'am, these are the resurfacing, re-emerging zoonotic diseases, and we need to. I think we need to work on a one health approach together, because these are not these diseases get transferred from the animal sector to the human sector. So that is why I believe that the prevention of the diseases within the animals, it needs to be focused, but it should not be in silos, ma'am. That is what I feel.
How do you
That,
prevent them coming into India, first of all? They're all
ma'am,
coming from outside, right?
many of them are already,
China,
ma'am.
Northeast, etc. But so how do you prevent it? Tell me of Indians, humans is not the issue. Dogs. Issue is the how do you prevent it from coming? Secondly, how do you prevent it from spreading? Thirdly, if you want to have an immunization program, how do you do it?
Ma'am, we cannot directly stop their incoming into the India, but the diseases that you mentioned, they are already endemic within India, ma'am. Regarding their spread,
I was
obviously,
using that as an example.
yes, ma'am.
There may be others to come.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
strategy would be the same. I'm testing your skills of analyzing a problem and giving a solution in a field you're familiar with.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not wanting my facts corrected by you.
No, that was not my
So
intention.
now,
Sorry, ma'am.
so no, that's okay. I'm just clarifying my question. So now you tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Vaccination is truly a proven strategy to prevent. But strictly speaking about the influenza strain, ma'am, it is the virus is it evolves very fastly.
Okay, well, virus is there. Now what do you do? Virus is endemic. Now tell me what do you do then?
In animals or in humans or
You're a vet, so I'm only talking animals. And I assume that your goal should also be animals.
Ma'am, at the present, vaccination is the only strategy that we utilize on the field to stop the spread. But it isn't very effective, ma'am, because the migration
So,
of birds.
as a thinking person, what do you think can be a strategy? When you go as an administrator, you will have to evolve strategies of your own. So, I'm trying to see what are your capacity to develop strategies in a field familiar to you.
Ma'am, first of all, the sheds, the animal farms, they need to the owners of those farms, they need to be made aware regarding how to restrict the emergence of disease. The whitewashing, there are many control strategies that we need to implement. But the main issue is, ma'am, they are expensive, and the owners do not actually believe in the prevention is better than cure. So they think that what they ask us directly, what are the chances of their emergence? So we have to tell them that the chances are low, but if they emerge, the diseases, if they emerge, then the loss will be very heavy. So I think we need to work on a very broader scale as an administrator to subsidize the cost of prevention of those diseases.
Okay. What are the various laws for protection of dogs or animals?
The primary law is the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, and under that there are the rules, ABC rules.
So what is the maximum punishment?
It is currently rupees. It was rupees 50, but it is. I think it is changed to 150 or 500 something. I'm not sure.
So do you need anything do you feel that any of these laws need strengthening? If so, how?
First of all, ma'am, the law needs to be amended to increase the penalty that causes cruelty to animals. And secondly, ma'am, the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying (DHD), it also has the powers to change its to have certain regulations regarding increasing the penalty. But more importantly, ma'am, and recently we have seen on the field as well that the police personnel, they are taking the cases of animal cruelty seriously. So they are getting the perpetrators of cruelty, they are getting the jail terms as well.
You are DM of, say, Sangli. Tell me 3 steps you will take to improve law and order in order of importance.
Ma'am, first would be increasing the frequency of patrolling in the areas where there are more cases of law and order issues. Second would be um, cons- uh, I would address the religious factions in Sangli particularly, where because Sangli is a religiously sensitive area, so
Communally sensitive. You mean.
yeah, communally sensitive area. So I would address both the factions and. Yes, ma'am. At this moment, I can
Okay,
think of
fair
these
enough.
two.
Tell me in a sentence or two, what are the dangers of the Shanti Act?
I think, ma'am, the primary danger of Shanti Act is the environmental concern. If the government has taken effective precautions to not let it happen, but if it happens, I think environment is the primary concern of the Shanti Act, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Omkar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Omkar, tell me, some people have suggested that we should introduce reservations for jobs in the private sector also. What are your views on this? Some pros and cons?
Sir, personally, I do not believe that there should be reservations in private sector. Its pros include we would have.
Okay, let me ask you, do you believe there should be reservations in the governmental sector?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right, carry on.
So regarding pros of adding reservations in the private sector, sir, there would be more social justice. The decision making would be more fair, I would say, because of inclusion of all the vulnerable sections of the society. These are certain pros, sir. And cons, I think the private sector won't appreciate any quota system in there because efficiency is what matters to private sector more. So I believe that they would pick the meritorious candidates more rather than candidates coming from any quota systems.
But you know, the proponents of reservations in the private sector cite the declining number of jobs in the governmental sector. And they say, you know, jobs in the government are declining, and in the foreseeable future, the number will be minuscule. When that happens, the constitutional promise or vision of empowering people who have traditionally been oppressed, what happens to that promise? How would how do you translate that vision into some kind of action on the part of society?
So yes, sir. It is the government's duty to make all its citizens equally capable. But I think rather than providing reservations directly in the private sector, I believe that government, what it is doing currently also, the government should focus more on the upskilling and building their skills so that they are capable themselves to get themselves into the private sector instead of pushing them directly. I think they need to improve their skills.
Vocational training.
Vocational training and those sorts.
Okay. Now there was this discussion on with the chairperson that you had on your experience as a vet and the issue of epidemics carried by. Tell me, what is the situation with monkeys? Do you see a similar story being repeated with monkeys in urban India as we are experiencing with stray dogs?
Yes, sir. The monkey menace is an ongoing problem, but not only urban areas, sir. It is monkeys are causing a greater menace in the tourist places. So many state governments like Maharashtra and Himachal Pradesh as well, they have started implementing the strategy of sterilization of monkeys to reduce their population.
So are the challenges the same, or the challenges more daunting with monkeys because they are harder to catch?
Yes, sir.
For obvious reasons.
Right, sir. The issue of monkeys is more challenging because first of all they are wild animals. They're purely wild animals. So then there are concerns there are legal concerns regarding wildlife and the right. There is a certain sort of red tapeism. But regarding the major challenge is not just catching them, but also the program of their sterilization and what to do after that. If we do not know how ecology would suffer due to their sterilization and all.
Yeah. And there's a respectable theory that HIV came from baboons, right?
Right, sir.
So we don't know. Uh, tell me, there is a nationwide sentiment to strengthen cow protection in the country, and it's a strong sentiment, and much has been done to strengthen protection. But tell me, has it from the point of view of a vet, have the challenges become more difficult for taking care of cattle and cows in particular, and in what ways?
Yes, so the challenge of cattle is, I would say, it is a very prominent challenge because our constitution mandates us to protect the cattle, mainly the indigenous breeds. And overall, all the laws, most of the state governments have prohibited the slaughter of cattle. So, sir, what the main major issue is, when the cow or even bull it becomes unproductive, the farmer find it unaffordable to maintain that cattle. So they have to let it go. That is why the issue of stray cattle is a cause of concern. And currently, the government is also facing challenges. The NGOs are they are stepping in so that they could collect some funds and form panjra poles and shelter houses for the stray cattle.
Goshalas.
Goshalas. Right, sir.
Various variants of goshalas.
Yes, sir.
Is that working? In Maharashtra, tell me, is that goshalas, are they sort of, there are many goshalas in Maharashtra? Okay.
So they are working, but their capacity is very limited because the number of stray cattle are rising day by day, and their number is very limited. Sir.
Okay, all right. Let's talk briefly about foreign policy.
Okay, sir.
India's relations with our neighbors. Give me one or two reasons why our relations with our neighbors are difficult. And we are leaving aside China and Pakistan for this discussion.
Sir, I think the first reason is the role of China, because it is, I believe, it is actively working in instigating our neighbors against us. And second reason, I believe that there is a perception among our neighbors that India is acting like a big brother. So I think these two are the reasons why our relations.
Would you like to reverse the order of your 2 points?
Priority-wise?
I mean, the Chinese would want to fish in troubled waters. That goes without saying, right? But if we were not acting like big brothers, the Chinese would have less opportunity. What do you say to that?
Sir, I believe that there is not a lot of merit in their claim that India is acting as a big brother. We are acting as a big brother, but we are not overstepping our boundaries. We are not interfering in their domestic affairs. So we are helping where it is necessary. For example, we are providing economic help to Sri Lanka. We also provided some help to Maldives and all. So we are acting as a big brother as a regional security power and not into their domestic affairs.
Do you think there's a communication problem? एक हिंदी में कहावत है, आपने सुनी हो नहीं, नेकी कर कुएं में डाल.
Yes, sir.
Right? On the other hand, you can adopt a different approach. कि नेकी कर and keep reminding the guy that you've done something for what you've done for him. Maybe is that a problem with our neighbors?
So I believe there is a communication problem, but I would have to read more about it. Sir.
Because you smaller guys may want some respect from us, and maybe we have good intentions, but we are not able to convey that sensitivity and
right, sir.
and our neighbors are they sort of not we don't wish those kind of neighbors for anyone, right?
Yes, sir.
So okay, last question: how do we handle the US?
Sir, I believe what we are doing currently, it is the progress. We are on the right track. Currently, we are focusing more on the signing the trade pact. I believe once it is signed, our relations would get more streamlined, I would say. So we cannot have US as a completely as an ally, nor we can have it as an enemy. So the approach of following a middle path regarding US, I think it is a right approach.
So we'll have to get used to the fact that the US is, we are not in a close embrace with the US anymore.
Right, sir.
Right, as we were for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Last question again. Have you read this book by this fellow called Harriet? All Creatures, Large and Small?
No, sir.
Have you heard of this work?
I have heard about Harriet, sir.
Okay, it's the experiences of a vet in the UK in the 30s and 40s, and it's a very interesting book. So you might like to read it.
Thank you, sir. I would read.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Omkar,
Yes.
tell us something about the man-animal conflict.
Sir, regarding any particular animal or in general? Animal?
In general,
Sir, first of all, regarding this conflict, we must understand that the conflict is arising not because the animals are entering our territory, but because we are entering theirs. So that is the primary concern. And if our approach changes, then I think the conflict would be resolved in a much better way. If you talk particularly about certain wild animals, regarding tigers, leopards, even elephants, so these are the major species with which we face conflicts. I believe, sir, the causes for this conflict is the increase in population of their numbers as well as ours. Because certain, for example, Project Tiger, Project Elephant, it has caused to increasing their numbers as well. Sir, secondly, the loss of their habitat, it is causing them to venture into human territories. So that is why also the problem is growing at a much faster rate. And so we are taking much, sustainable steps to deal with these issues. For example, if I talk about particularly of my state, Maharashtra, there is a very concerning issue of human leopard conflict. So the government of Maharashtra has adopted a spray-based repellent strategy, wherein the certain sprays, I am not aware of the chemicals used in the sprays, but that spray is sprayed across the village boundaries and also across the farms, so that the leopard does not venture into the human territory, sir.
okay. Are you following this Bantara experiment?
Yes, I have heard about it.
Okay. So, what is your view? Is a good step? Because we hear news of both plus and minus.
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe the intention is very good of having, you can say, a private zoo, but the standards of conservation that are implemented in Mantara, they are very superior, sir. Almost not at par, but even superior to the Western, those in the Western countries. So I think the intention is very good. The major concern regarding Mantara is the allegations of their, allegations of crossing the legal boundaries, so that they are, the owner of the Vantara, he is accused of acquiring animals through some illicit means. So that is the major concern, sir.
Okay. And this getting the cheetahs from abroad. Initially, there are a lot of deaths.
Yes, sir.
Now we hear that it is picking up.
Right, sir.
They are giving cubs and all that. So, was it a good move or?
Initially, when the program of Cheetah was launched, all of us in our community was very skeptical about this, regarding what is the actual need. If it had gone extinct, then do we have the right to reintroduce a new species, because it is not our species?
Yeah.
It is a foreign species of cheetahs. So do we have that right? How will it affect the ecology? But seeing the progress, I would change my stance, and I would say that the program is going very well, and it would lead to greater tourism, and also the ecology is not being very much harmed in that. Sir.
Okay. Do you still feel that our conservation efforts are more tiger specific and not catering to other animals or birds?
Yes, sir. There is certainly some merit in what you are saying. Our conservations are more specific to tiger, and so the main reason I would say is due to because tigers are keystone species as well as umbrella species. If we conserve tiger, many species that are related to them, the overall whole food chain and food web, it gets conserved. So our approach is in right direction. And if we speak about other species like conservation of birds, which are not affected by tigers directly, and we need to focus on their conservation as well, sir.
Okay. You're talking of farmer suicide.
Yes, sir.
You think indebtedness is the only reason?
Sir, indebtedness is certainly a major issue of suicide of foreigners. But sir, the thing to contemplate is what is the cause of indebtedness. It is not just due to agricultural losses or it is not, the cause is not just agricultural, it is social as well.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. The farmers take loans mainly from informal money lenders for dowry purposes as well. That
Marriage.
is also
Marriage is
Yes, sir.
very expensive.
Right, sir.
Okay. Your second preference is IPS.
Yes, sir.
Tell me whether attempt to commit suicide is a crime.
In the current BNS, sir, it is not a crime anymore. It was a crime earlier, sir.
When actually it was decriminalized.
I am not entirely sure, but BNS does not make it a crime.
BS only confirmed it.
Okay.
It was done in 2017 by a court decision.
Okay.
That it is more of a mental issue rather than any
Right, sir.
crime. Okay. Now we are hearing this G2. Have you heard of it?
Yes, sir.
Who said that?
I think President Trump said it regarding US and China axis. There.
Okay. So it hasn't happened.
No, sir.
Neither China is very enthusiastic about it.
Yes, sir.
But suppose it happens. What repercussions it will have on us?
I think, sir, it would be very difficult for us to deal with the issue of Chinese aggression on the borders because yes, their alliance together because sir, we are in good terms with USA mainly to counter Chinese overpowering us. So I think it would be very difficult for us to deal with both of them together.
Okay.
Wow. You won a gold medal in university debate on euthanasia.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the positive aspect of it and what is the negative?
Ma'am, the positive aspect of passive euthanasia that is followed in India is we are compassionate towards the suffering of the patient. So in a way we cannot say directly, but in a way we are doing him or her a favor by eliminating that suffering. And negative aspect, ma'am, it may lead to a slippery slope that is happening in many Western countries as well. Many mentally unstable patients, they can ask for opting for euthanasia. So that is a
Only
negative.
mentally unstable or in general people? Sometimes people also ask for it. That young people who meet with an accident, they also ask for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you just said no, only mentally these things.
What I meant by mentally unstable means psychologically unhealthy people.
Psychologically unhealthy people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now these days, a lot of youngsters, when you talk to them, they keep saying that we are under stress and we are undergoing depression. Why so? Because earlier we would never hear about that. It's only in the recent past few years that we hear almost every second person talking about being in depression or stress. Why do you think so?
Primarily, I think it is because of change in the lifestyle of youngsters as well as of everyone's lifestyle has changed, and the overall pressures that an individual is facing, particularly of my age, they are immense in various aspects. So that is one issue.
Like what? Like what? Be more clear.
Obviously, the first issue is of career and dealing with that. Second is the relationship issues. Thirdly, individuals are becoming more aware about themselves, man. And it is leading to a conflict, their vision of themselves, the society's expectations, their family's expectations. The rising awareness among youth, I would say, it is also a cause of stress in general within them.
So career, I can understand that our society is moving towards achieved status. I mean, like people are appreciating that you should achieve something. What about this relationship? I didn't understand this. Elaborate. What is this relationship stress?
Ma'am, the form of relationships have changed over time. It has changed immensely. So people are dealing with the difficulty of multiplicity of partners, then how to transform.
Multiplicity of partners means?
I mean, ma'am, there are issues of the instances of cheatings are arising. So that is one issue. Then also there is thing of the diverse sexualities that they are exploring. So these are certain issues of in the relationship.
Okay, exploring one's own sexuality is also an issue. So, what is your opinion regarding the same sex marriage? You think it should be encouraged, discouraged? Is it legally permissible in India or not?
The marriage is not permissible. Having a same-sex relationship, it is permitted by the Honorable Supreme Court. Regarding my view, I believe, ma'am, it is high time we accept, we give legal status to same-sex marriage, because it is a sign of, not just a sign of progressive society, but it is also high time we accept the needs of that community as well, ma'am.
Okay. Both your father and mother are into teaching, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are the new aspects of new education policy?
And the primary shift in focus is regarding the pedagogy. Also, the class system has changed. I mean, the classification of education, that is first to fifth, fifth to third, fifth to eighth, and this classification has changed. And the government has focused more on the vocational aspect as well. Then there is the board for academic credits. And these are certain changes in NEP.
Okay, read more clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. Okay, you've been a student, of course, you like to read about the Maratha history.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your opinion regarding the whole debate about change in certain characters in history, that is being emphasis on different characters, that is asking the textbooks, NCRT books and CBSE books, that there should be certain chapters should be rewritten? What is your opinion regarding that?
I believe, ma'am, that certain uncredited heroes of history, if you can call them that, they should be brought more into the limelight. But by rewriting history, it does not mean that we erase contribution of any particular dynasty just because their ideology does not matches with the majority. So I believe that that would be morally and ethically wrong. But bringing the regional kingdoms, the regional powers into the national limelight, I think it is a good step, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.